about Joshua. He was chosen by Moses to take over to lead the Israelites the rest of the way home. So this is called The Walls Came Tumbling Down. When God had led his people through the desert long years ago, he told them of the promised land he'd lead them to at last. Now, River Jordan lay ahead, beyond that, Canaan land, their own to take as soon as God would lead them with his hand. God chose a man named Joshua and gave him this command: "Over Jordan lead my people to the promised land." But just across the river wide sat high-walled Jericho. So Joshua picked out 2 spies and said to them, "You go and see how strong the city is. Come back and let us know, for big, strong men live in that town, and they will stand and fight. So you 2 men must go and spy on Jericho tonight." The spies reached Jericho by night and quickly sneaked inside the walls to have a look about. But then a soldier cried, "Who are you 2 strangers over there?" And they ran off to hide. "Come here, you men, I'll help you hide," they heard a woman call. They raced inside her house, which sat upon the city wall. "You men must hide," the woman said, and Rahab was her name. "Up on the roof, I'll hide you there. I am so glad you came, for all the folks here are afraid. We hear of you, you see, and I know God is on your side. He gives you victory." She covered them with mats and reeds until the soldiers passed, then brought them down and said to them, "You'll have to leave here fast." She set a basket on the floor and took a rope, bright red, and tied the basket to it tight. "Now get inside," she said. "I'll let you down the city wall and leave the rope to show my house, so when your soldiers come, they'll let my family go." The spies ran back to Joshua and happily cried out, "The people are afraid of us. We'll win without a doubt." But others shouted, "Where's the bridge? Just see that water run." "God moved with us," said Joshua, "in all things we have done, and he will hold the waters back. We march with morning sun." At dawn, the priests marched with the ark down to the riverside. The 10 Commandments carved in stone were safely held inside. They stopped to pray, then walked right in and held the ark up high. "A miracle," the people cried, for Jordan had gone dry. Across the empty riverbed, the people marched all day. Then Joshua, the general, said, "Let us all kneel and pray, and thank the Lord for this good land he gave to us today." Next day they marched to Jericho and camped about the wall. "It's high and strong and thick," they said, "but God will make it fall." They marched and marched around the walls with 7 trumpets playing. The soldier men of Jericho up on the wall were saying, "Such noise they make, what silly folks, why don't they go away?" But they just blew their horns and marched around the wall that day. For 6 long days they did the same, then came the 7th day. "Today we win," said Joshua. "Let's hear your trumpets play." With trumpets loud, the people marched around the wall so high for 7 trips, and then they stopped and raised a mighty cry. A sound of thunder filled the land and rumbled all around as mighty Jericho's great walls came tumbling to the ground. Said Joshua, "Go take the town, but Rahab shall go free, for now she wants to serve the Lord with all her family." "We have a home," the people cried. "God gave us victory." The end. The walls came tumbling down.